Hi YouTube, it is the Dream Team Extreme, and today is Sunday, May 21st, 2011. I am going to do a quick update, real quick. Daddy's at work, it's Kaleigh and I just hanging out, we're actually getting ready to head out and go to the mall. But I thought I would do a quick update and let you guys know how her birthday went and all that stuff. And I know I never even got the rest of like her birthday stuff up that I wanted to. So I thought I'd let you guys know why, and that is Kaleigh got sick. So we didn't know for a little bit if she had, I took her in and they thought that she might actually have the flu because she was acting very sluggish, and I couldn't tell at first whether or not it was teething, and then after, you know, a couple days, it was right after I shot that video, that last birthday planning part 2, it was like that afternoon that she started acting sluggish, and I didn't know if, and she had a fever, and I didn't know if it was teething, so I kept an eye on it, took her to the doctor. I think the next day it was, and they said that they thought she might have the flu. So I was like, oh, great, you know. So we just kept an eye on it, and then Friday morning, the day before the party, I took her back in, and they looked in her ears, and they said that they thought that it was an ear infection. And so, you know, they said, oh, it's probably just a combination of an ear infection and teething. And so that made my day, because that means that it's, you know, it was treatable. Because I, at that point, you know, had put in a call, wondering whether or not we should, cancel her birthday party. So I put in a call to the venue that we were at, wondering what their cancellation policy was on that sort of thing, and was waiting to hear back from them at that point. So they, prescribed her amoxicillin, and, we ended up giving it to her and whatnot. So for her birthday, I mean, she wasn't her normal self. She didn't smile. You know, she was very calm and collected and just kind of, you know, she hung out really well. But she wasn't, like, usually she's very chipper. She's happy. She laughs. If you guys just watched the drive-in video that I posted, like, that is Kaleigh normally. That's how she is. You know, and it was just because she probably wasn't feeling well. Well, the day, I can't remember if it was the day after her birthday. I think it was like Sunday night. She spiked another high fever. And I was like, oh, that's just wonderful. She spiked another high fever, and then the next day she broke out into a huge, like, gnarly rash. I kind of, at this point, wish I would have taken pictures, but it freaked me out. I was so worried about it. So I was just like, oh my gosh, and she, I called the doctor, you know, and I brought her in right away, because I took a picture of it and sent it to my mom, and she was like, because I at first thought it might be chickenpox, and my mom said it didn't look like chickenpox, but she thought that it might be like roseola or measles. So I, took her to the doctor, and the doctor said that it was just an amoxicillin, you know, reaction. So the crappy thing is that, you know, it was great that it wasn't more serious, but the crappy thing is that we had to stop giving her the amoxicillin, and the doctor said that we probably shouldn't give her any more antibiotics until the rash cleared, meaning that all the amoxicillin was out of her system, just in case she has an allergic reaction to, you know, the next medicine. So I had a child who was really uncomfortable. It didn't itch or anything, but she was uncomfortable from the rash. She wasn't sleeping, she wasn't napping, and she was cranky from and just uncomfortable and in pain from the ear infection, because the ear infection was going untreated at this point. So it was awful. Like, she couldn't enjoy any of her new toys. She would be sitting and like playing for about 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden just start bawling. And she does not cry. She is not a crier. Like I said, she is a very happy-go-lucky, mellow baby that smiles. And so I just felt absolutely terrible. And this is one of those times where I am so thankful, you know, that I'm thankful every day, but I was extra thankful that I was able to be home with her, because she, for one of the days, she just wanted to snuggle up with me, and I held her almost all day. And we basically just sat there, and, you know, I turned on Sprout and let her watch, you know, Sesame Street and whatever else, Berenstain Bears and all that stuff, Caillou. I usually have that on the background anyway, but she didn't want to do anything else, and so we cuddled up under a blanket, and I put the recliner out on our sectional, and we just hung out there. And she was just like so, like, I don't want to say, you know, comatose, but she just was so under the weather for, I think, 3 days. And then finally on the third night, she smiled. And my husband and I looked at each other and were like, oh, because it had been so long and we had been trying so hard to get her to smile and stuff. And, you know, throughout all this, she was eating okay and drinking okay and all that stuff. But it just was so not like her. It was so sad. It's like she got sick in Maui, but she wasn't, she was more just like cranky. Like she was still sleeping and stuff. And she was still herself. And, you know, and granted, like she's developed more personality since Maui, I think, too, has something to do with it. But so, but yeah, and she was waking up every, like, 2.5, 3 hours, which she hasn't done in quite a while when she was sick. And so I just, oh my gosh. So anyway, so she finally, and then her rash went away. It, like, went away just as quickly as it appeared, thank goodness. So I called the doctor on Friday. You know, it was completely gone on Friday. It had started, you know, it pretty much was gone by Thursday night. But I called the doctor Friday, and I'm bringing her in next week. And he's going to look in her ears. But I actually think that her ear infection went away without any antibiotics, which is awesome. He's going to look in her ears, though, just to check and make sure. And then if she needs it, you know, we'll put her on the other, I think it was Zithromax that he prescribed next to try. So anyway, so I haven't had a chance to do, you know, very much at all. Like, I didn't even have a chance to put away most of the stuff that, like, we had brought in from the party, you know, because you haul it out, so, you know, and you pack it in, so you have to pack it out. So, like, so a majority of our soda and stuff that is left over is still sitting in our cooler. And all that stuff, because yesterday we had a bunch of stuff to do. I have to go grocery shopping. I have to do a bunch of stuff, but anyway, so that's what happened with Kaleigh's first birthday, and I am so glad that she is feeling better, because honestly, I did not like those last, you know, those 3 days. And I should have taken a picture of the rash, but at the time, it so freaked me out that I didn't want to, and now I kind of wish I had. But anyway, and I, like, let her totally, you know, kept the heat up, and I totally let her hang out in just a diaper and some pants, because the rash was only on, you know, from her belly button up, basically, and it barely was on her face. It was, like, on her forehead right here, just a little bit, and then I let her sleep, you know, in just a diaper, and, you know, because we still co-sleep, so, you know, as long as it heats up and stuff, and she just rocked out in just a diaper, you know, for about 3 days. But, yeah, so that's what happened with our bug on our first birthday party. She's not technically 1 until June 11th. But, yeah, it was so sad, you guys. So sad. So we were so happy when she was back to herself. And it's like she just, you know, completely did a 180 overnight. Because she'd smiled on Friday night and stuff. And then Saturday she was up and bouncing around and, you know, laughing and cooing and clapping and doing that stuff. And then, as you guys saw at the drive-in on Saturday night, she was fabulous. That's how she always is. She fell asleep halfway during the first movie, and the movie started, I think, at 8:30, I want to say. Maybe, yeah, about 8:30 probably. Maybe 9. But she fell asleep, and she, you know, stayed asleep, and I held her for a little bit, and then I just put her down, because we drive a Yukon, so we fold the seats down. We don't even have the third row seats in there, and so we have that extra room, and then we fold the one seat that's doesn't have her car seat in it. We fold that one down as well, so we have a ton of room. So she just crawled around in the back with us, and when she was asleep, I just set her down and next to me, because we had a sleeping bag on the floor. And she was also bundled up in a blanket, and it was awesome. So yeah, she did really well, and that's my update for Kaleigh's first allergic reaction to something. I'm sure there'll be many more to come. She's totally, look at her. Kaleigh. Kaleigh, say hi to the camera. Okay, that's like really loud and obnoxious. Say hi to the camera. Kaleigh. Yeah, I know. Anyway, we're getting ready to go, and I just wanted to update you guys. I hope you guys all had a fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys later. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.